Jennifer from The Good Life, and welcome to part 2 of our felt stocking tutorial. If you're new to my channel, welcome, and I hope you like and subscribe to my channel and like this video. I wanted to give you an update on how much I've done so far. So I took the liberty of doing the very first step, which is to embroider and sequin the front. There's the smoke coming out of the chimney, and then these are the parachutes. So that's the very first step. I also took the liberty of cutting it out because it was just easier to handle. After a while, your hand starts cramping. So in this video, I'll be going over some of the steps with you, and I hope you have fun following along and watch my stocking unfold. I'm excited for it. So I'm going to show you how to properly sequin an applique. There is a specific way to attach each individual piece. So here we go. So real quick, I wanted to show you the instructions from the beginning. So this is step 1, and as you can see, step 1 is a big step. But we're gonna start with the sequin and applique, the top trim, number 2, to the top of the stocking. So here's the number 2, and I just cut it out from the red piece. So I'm just gonna take that away, and I'm gonna cut this out. And then I'm going to show you how I sequin and bead my pieces. Okay, so now that the piece is cut out, I wanted to refer you to the instructions, and I want you to understand what these mean. So these symbols match the symbols on this chart right here. Notice that the star inside the black dot is white, so you're going to use white sequins and clear beads on the white. This you'll see a lot. This is just to save space. So basically it's telling you that the hearts are all the rest of the dots on the piece. So all these dots above are going to be hearts. And the heart symbol is red. So you're going to use red sequins with the matching red beads. And we're going to do that right now. Okay, so here I have some sequins and beads just kind of ready to grab, and then here's the piece we're going to be putting them on, and then we're going to be using the thin long needle with the small eye, and to thread the needle you use one strand of red thread and you tie a knot at the end. And I will link in the description box my video on how to thread and knot a needle if you don't know how, so look down in the description box for that. I will show you how easy it is to thread a bead and a sequin together. So come up from the bottom into the first marked spot, and then you're going to grab the sequin. Make sure that the sequin's on the right side. The bead should fit inside the sequin. Way down. Okay. And then what you're going to do is you're going to go underneath the sequin, back down again. And I like to do it one more time, just to make sure it's really secure. Make sure you're coming up in the right spot and that you're not doubling back. I've done that a lot. And then go back down into the bead to secure it. And then normally you would knot it in the back, but instead of knotting it right away, we're actually just going to continue beading, which saves a lot of time and actually saves a lot of thread. So instead of knotting it, you just move on to the next one. So the back looks like that. And you keep adding sequins and then beads all the way across. and then you add the white sequins and beads in these dots. And I'll show you what that looks like when I'm done. Next step is embroider and applique package number 3 to the stocking. And if you look onto this paper, you can find package number 3 is right here. And if you look on the piece of red, let's see if we can find it. Here it is. So here's package number 3. And we're going to cut that out and we're going to embroider and applique it. So I cut out the number 3 piece and I found it on the stocking, but we do need to embroider it first, and we're going to use the outline stitch, and it calls for 2 strands of white. So I already have it ready to go on my needle, and we're just going to do a simple outline stitch. And you're going to do that for the rest of these lines, and then we're going to applique it to the stocking. So I finished the embroidery, and I used a pin to pin the piece to the stocking so it doesn't move, and then I'm just going to applique it all the way around. And that's what the piece looks like when it's completely attached to the stocking. And then here's the back. Notice that you don't see any red. That's the whole point of an applique stitch, to not go through to the bottom and only just pick up a little bit of felt. And make sure that your applique stitch is nice and even all the way around so it looks nice and neat. Now we're going to work on the bow. So here's the ribbon applique on there. Make sure that the white dotted line lines up with the red one so that when you put this present on, it'll match up. And then now we're going to do the bow. What the whole piece looks like when you cut it out. But if you follow the instructions on here, it gives you a really good idea of how to fold the bow, so we're going to do that. I'm going to show you real quick. It takes a little bit of maneuvering and a little bit of manipulation to kind of get it where you want it. But that's the back of it. You turn it to the front, and the bead will go right here, and you're going to attach the bow with the bead, and that's it. So you don't need to sew it on there. I'll show you what it looks like after it's attached. So here's the first present all done, and there's the bow, and you can see that we use the sequin and the bead to attach the bow to the stocking. And you tie a really nice knot in the back, and it looks really good. So the next piece we're going to look at is number 6, and it's the ribbon tail. And I already cut it out. It's a little small, and all you need to do is just applique it. You don't have to do anything else. So just place it on there, and notice the line right here. Make sure it lines up with the present. I like to stick a pin in it just to keep it from sliding around. Okay, and then you're going to applique it. Here's the tail of the ribbon attached, just a simple applique stitch. And then next we're going to do package number 7. Okay, so if you look on the chart for the present number 7, you see these symbols. If you look on the symbol chart right here, it gives you 2 strands of green and a French knot. So we're going to be doing the French knot. So I've got my green thread, and these little dots are where the French knots are going to go. So we're going to start from the bottom up, pull it through. And then the easiest way is to put it down on the table. Take this in your left hand, keep it taut. And pull it through. And that creates a little bit of depth. We'll do one more. And you can just do them back to back like you would a bead. And you keep going and you do all the rest of them. Okay, so that's what the French knots look like up close. So after you're done embroidering your piece, find the section on here and take one of your pins and pin it onto the stocking. And then we're going to applique it to the stocking. Make sure you're using the same color thread because there's 2 different greens. This one's a lighter green, so make sure to grab the lighter green thread. So here's the appliqued present. Next we're going to work on the bow / ribbon to this package, and we're going to embroider, sequin, and then applique it. And it shows you the embroider, where you're going to embroider, and then the color for the beads. So according to the chart, we're going to be using burgundy, 2 strands. We're going to do the outline stitch. Here's the ribbon with the embroidery on the top and the beads, and then I decided to applique just the bottom, and then I did applique a little bit on the top just to make sure that the top is secure. And I decided not to do the edges here, just to give it a little bit more dimension and to match this bow a little bit better. So that's what my present looks like. You can applique it all the way if you want, it's your choice, but I kind of like the effect of the bow just kind of dangling freely. So that's the second present. So here's number 9, the third present, and I already cut it out. And what we're going to do is we're going to bead all the way around this present, and it's going to sit right here. And the bead that it calls for on the chart shows this symbol, and that is yellow. We're going to use a yellow sequin and a clear bead. Here's the piece all beaded and ready for the next piece. In the instructions it says sequin and applique the package 9 to the stocking, then sequin and applique the ribbon. I'm not going to do that. It's so much easier to actually just put the ribbon on now and then attach it to the stocking. I just find it easier to do that, so that's what I'm gonna do. I cut out the piece number 10 and sequined it, and then I appliqued it first, and then I'm gonna applique the present to the stocking. I just find it's a lot easier to add this piece on the present first before attaching it. That's just a personal preference. You can do however you feel. You can do it as the directions say, but that's just how I do it. So I'm going to take this piece, I'm going to pin it to where it needs to go, and then we will applique it all the way around. So here is the third present all the way attached, and I used yellow for the present. That's what the back looks like. You can only see the knots, which is how it should look like. The applique stitch should not come through at all. So if you've been following along, then this is how much we've done so far, and it's starting to look really good. In the next tutorial, we will be starting to put Santa together. So stay tuned for that video, and I've been really enjoying this stocking so far. If you like this video, click the thumbs up button, and if you enjoy my channel, please subscribe to my channel and click the little bell so you know when new videos are coming, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!